We have a guest host today. Are you gonna
here.
move? I'm gonna spill my drink.
I know, I feel like we have the table like extra close.
It is extra close, and the pillow's extra puffy.
I have to fold mine.
Oh! Oh, I can't fit. Oh my god, and now there's a pug. What is this?
Fluff.
Oh, that's my lidocaine pad.
Oh.
Old people problems. What is happening? Hello. Hi everyone. Sorry, that was a bit of a disaster.
Oh,
all right.
Man, it's been a while.
Yeah, sorry. We've been not that we're slacking. We're not slacking. We've just been busy ladies.
Yeah. Well, we
Yeah,
kind
we
of
have lives.
also like I feel like
Traveling.
we were gonna try to squeeze in that other episode before I went to Philly, and it just like
No.
there was so much. Well,
So
you were
much.
tired
As
and
usual.
then- Actually, it was 2 weeks because we had two because I didn't fly out till Thursday, but then I had to go to the dentist.
Oh yeah, and then
And then Wednesday, I had something going on Wednesday, but I can't remember what it was.
We've been busy.
Yeah,
I've been
a whirlwind.
a jet setter. I went international.
Yeah, to Europe.
I went to Europe. And it was really cool.
And the London game was going on while you were there.
Yeah.
Well, you weren't there
I
on
was in
Sunday.
Germany when that
Okay.
was going on, but it was really cool to go overseas and see how much love there is for American football.
That is crazy.
So
I think that's the only thing they like about it.
Yeah, I think so too,
Football.
actually, now that I'm back. Although French people were really nice to us in London. I mean, those are like our friends, but like Germans did not like
That really
us.
disappointed me.
I know, but in France, we couldn't find any football on TV. It was obviously like not a football day, though. It was like Tuesday, Wednesday. And then when we got to London, the Packers played that night, Thursday night, so they showed the game there, which was really cool. But what really surprised me is when we were in Germany, like, football was everywhere. It was easy to find. Like, even in the hotel room on the TV, we found the games on. But, like, the best thing ever was that Sunday night we went to an NFL bar, and they had Red Zone on, and the whole place was packed, and there was no place to sit. And then a bunch of, like, German dudes were like, come sit with us, and they were the nicest guys, and they knew so much about American football, and it was so much fun. We drank way too much beer. George got nasty hungover, which is the way you're supposed to do it in Munich. Yeah.
What teams did they like, the guys that you met?
They didn't really specify what teams they liked.
They just
football. Enjoyed football in general. No one had had a team, but the bar was filled with Bills fans. Filled.
Well,
I've never seen so many Bills fans before.
I noticed too, like when the Bills played the Jags, there seemed like it looked like a Bills home game in London. So I wonder if just like in London they really like the Bills.
It's crazy.
But I wonder why
the whole bar
they
was
would,
packed.
Like, of all the teams, like you'd think that they would like
we hate to say it, but maybe like the Cowboys.
I don't think that, like, I was gonna say, like,
kind of Americana.
What I was gonna say was, like, maybe, like, the Giants, because a lot of people will go to New York, but I'm like, but the Giants aren't that good, so I was like, maybe they'd like the Chiefs, or, like, I don't know, like some LA team, like the Rams, maybe?
Yeah,
like,
funny, though, the Bills, like, there were so many Bills jerseys.
Random.
Yeah, it was crazy, but it was awesome.
I wonder why that is.
It was a really cool experience watching football in another country. So cool. But anyway,
sounds really fun.
That's where I've been.
Yeah, I just went to Philly.
Still there. That's great too.
It was
Philly's
fun.
having another great season.
We were going to go to the Jets game. That was the original plan. That was the original reason why I went there, or planned to go there when I went there. And like, but then when Aaron Rodgers got injured, like me and my friend were just kind of like, the tickets were really expensive.
Yeah.
Like I want to say,
even still with Rodgers not playing,
I didn't look again, but like. I think I did actually look after he was injured, and I want to say that, like, the worst seat, like, which is, like, in my opinion, the, like, corner, but you're more on the flat side, the short side.
Okay.
So you're in the corner, and, like, the last row just about, and they were, like, $250.
Holy moly.
And I'm like, I don't understand
That's a lot.
and this was before the whole, like,
Dio.
stadium got sold out when, like, Taylor Swift went. Like, this was, like, way before that, and, like, I was just like, I'm not paying $250, like, no offense, but, like, to see Zach Wilson.
No.
And maybe that's, like,
And, like,
karma
there's a
came
lot
back
of
and, like,
injuries. Yeah, I'm sorry how that
maybe
played
it's because I was
out.
talking so much shit about Zach Wilson and how I don't want to, like, support the franchise because I just don't want to pay that much to see him. But I guess I'm glad I didn't go.
Sir, someone wants all the attention today. He's just digging back here. Okay, we're good. We can move on.
So, you know, I just made that comment about, like, Taylor Swift. Like, I forget how much has happened since our last episode.
It's
like,
crazy.
We
like,
don't
that
need to
even...
talk about it,
no,
but
we
that
don't,
was not
because
a thing yet.
I'm sure everybody's as sick of it as I am.
I noticed they don't talk about it anymore.
Okay.
Like, I don't see anything anymore. No, I'm saying
just
I
in general,
that,
like, on the
nobody's really, like, it was a big deal for, like, the 2 weeks, and, like, I don't think that she went to the last game, the Thursday night game, but, like, also, like, nobody even really mentioned that she wasn't going.
Yeah.
Like, it just, but so.
I just want them to be happy. I don't need it how do I say that? Infiltrating my timeline all the time on Instagram, like all my football news, like.
Yeah.
I'm here for football news.
The thing that I will say that is, like, kind of annoying is, like, I don't know if people even realize this, but, like, supposedly she was actually an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
Because she's from, I think, either Phoenixville or
Born and raised.
Yeah, but, like, the east side of the state. And, like, if she is from Phoenix, I can't remember if she's from Reading or if she's from Phoenixville, but both would put you in the proximity of Philadelphia. So, like, you're an Eagles fan. And supposedly she made a comment either about the link or, like, reference the Eagles in, like, one of her songs.
Oh, yeah. I
think
I read something
about, like, the birds or about the link. I don't really know. I don't listen to her music. But, like, last season, you know, that got brought up as we were going to the Super Bowl. And, like, all of a sudden that song is about the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm like, I don't know about
I don't think I
this.
could jump ship. Like, from the Packers.
I don't think she ever was. I don't think she ever was actually an Eagles fan, though. I think it was just, like, my sister calls her an opportunist. So I think it was just, like, at the time, there was a lot of hype over the Eagles.
Yeah.
And
she's like, well, that's kind of my home team.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way
mentioned I used the word Eagle in a song, and, like, I'm an Eagles fan. But then now all of a sudden, it's like this, everybody's saying that, like, Travis Kelce is her, like, introduction into football. And I'm like, I thought this girl was an Eagles fan. Yeah. Which I'm happy to not, like, be an Eagles fan with her, because I just don't care.
Allie's not a Swiftie.
I've never been a fan of hers. I've heard she's not that nice. Like, I've watched, and this is, like, from back in the day, like, when she was more, like, country. Like, I watched interviews where people said that she's, like, difficult to work with, and, like, just touring with her, and, like, blah, 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 blah. But she's changed, I guess. Like, she, like, pays her people really well.
Yeah, she does pay very well. I saw that.
She makes billions of dollars. So,
it's respectable. Like, I appreciate that. But still, like, I can't say I'm a fan either. Like, I'm okay with Taylor Swift, but I don't really know much of her music. I know, like, the hit songs.
I couldn't even name
I'll listen to it. That's fine. We've already spent way too much time on this subject.
The other thing that's happened since we were gone was the Broncos-Dolphins game.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Which, like, okay, I don't know how you feel about this, but the fact that they, like,
that was
didn't
crazy.
go for the field goal to actually be the record.
So that game was happening while I was away.
Yes.
So I honestly, like, what time was that game? Was that in the 1 o'clock slot?
I think so. I think it was early.
I was at that bar, but I was probably only coherent at that bar for about an hour.
Yeah.
After that, the beers kicked in.
I can't even remember. I can't remember if that was the week that the Eagles had the Monday night game and we were playing I think it was. I think we had a Monday night game. So I was just, like, casually at home watching football. Yeah. And, like, that game obviously was on.
That was just bananas.
Oh, my God. It was crazy. But the thing that I didn't understand was you had the chance to break the record. And I'm like, why didn't you do that?
Why did you not?
And everybody
we
is
talked
like,
about this.
He was just trying to do the right thing and, like, not embarrass the team. And I'm like, the team was embarrassed, like, 20 points ago. And on top of it, like, you still worked your way all the way down to be in field goal range.
Yeah.
Put your kicker out there, and I'm pretty sure he took the knee.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so you kind of, like, to me, that almost is, like, more embarrassing to do that and then to just not do the final blow. I didn't actually like that at all. I was like, that's kind of, like, I'm trying to think of the right word, like, it's like, to me, that's a little bit more belittling than to just, like, go for the field goal. Like, you're kind of just, like,
right.
pridefully taunting, like, if we really wanted to, we could have done this, but we're not. And I'm like, whatever.
That was just so many points.
Like, if you were worried about embarrassing them, you would have pulled all your starters in, like, the third quarter, not at
That was the Sunday I left, though, wasn't it?
You were on the plane.
It was. I was on the plane,
Yeah.
so I wasn't drunk. I was just
because I remember texting you about it. I was like, they scored again. Oh, my God, they scored.
Yes, I was
They're
on the
up 50
plane.
points, and there's still 2 quarters left. And, like,
of course,
Yeah.
I had to leave on the craziest football Sunday.
there was other
was a
things
lot
I
of
should have
crazy
wrote. Oh, you know
The
what?
Packers game was insane.
I did write stuff down about that weekend because I wasn't, like, I just was watching and, like, there was something else, but I left my notebook at home. That weekend was a crazy weekend and, like, it's been so long.
It was.
I could not remember.
I know.
But
It's okay. There's no need to rehash because
exactly.
so much has
Everybody
gone
saw it.
on.
Everybody's on to the next thing. I
But
feel like
I will say, did you see the video going viral this week of, like, the guy who set up his Halloween decorations as, like,
No.
the Broncos? It has, like, a scoreboard. It was, like, the Broncos-Dolphins game, and he's, like, clearly, like, a Dolphin or a Broncos fan. He has, like, a skeleton, like, puking into, like, a thing, and he's wearing, like, a Broncos jersey or something.
No.
It's so funny.
I haven't seen that.
I'll send it to you. I'm like, that's so good. It's, like, scary. You know?
Yeah.
That was cute.
And you know what's crazy is, like, I know the Broncos, like, they've not really been winning, but, like, I still don't think they're that bad.
No, I think there's potential there, and that's why I'm, like, very concerned going into this game this week, because that would just truly be, like, such an ass-kicking.
I mean, at least you didn't lose to the Jets.
I haven't played the Jets. We would probably lose
Did you
to
play the Jets last season?
Yes.
And did you?
We lost to the
Oh,
Jets. Yeah, that was the game where
You
Sauce
know,
wore the
like,
cheese head after.
I can't be, like, too ashamed because the Bills also lost to the Jets.
Yeah.
And we just...
It was
oh
an
my God.
underdog week.
We played so bad. Like, it was our game to lose, and it was just not fun, and...
I know. Should we get into it?
I'm sad. Yeah.
Let's get into the
How
matchups.
do you want to,
Do you want to
where
just
should we
go
start?
game by game last week?
We could, or
Yeah.
do we want to go the route where, like, we do this week's matchups? Because
Yeah,
I didn't
good.
really
Let's
watch
do
that
that.
much of last
Totally
week's
fine.
games.
I
Like,
was on Red Zone, so I
Yeah,
have a
I
little bit of a
did-
taste of what happened.
I did write down. I mean, I guess if we quickly want to, like, this. So this is, like, is there anything on here that, like, these are a little different because I ran out of room. So these were the Sunday and Monday night games.
Okay.
But is there anything on here that, like, really surprised
Really
you?
stood out?
I guess the Jets beating the Eagles really
Yeah, I
surprised
mean,
me.
like I said, it was an underdog week, so that was kind of, like, crazy that happened. We didn't expect that. What was the other one that was, like, the
I guess
upset?
the 49ers and
The
the Browns.
49ers
But, like,
and the Browns.
listen,
The
like,
Browns
I
D,
think...
though. Scary.
I even saw a post. Okay, I still don't understand why this happens, but, like, on my Facebook feed, I always get the random ads, targeted ads, and it's always, like, 49er fan pages. And I'm like, I am the furthest
That's
thing
such
from a
torture.
49ers fan that is on this planet. Like, please stop. I block every single one, and then, like, 5 more pop
Someone's
up in its
messing
place.
with you. That's like on Reddit. They'll be like, you should join this community. And it'll be like, Minnesota Vikings. I'm like,
Why?
You know I'm in the Packers community. Stop doing this to me.
Like, you hear, I know my phone listens to me, and you hear me nonstop blab and blab about the Eagles.
Yeah.
And, like, why?
And
Never.
honestly, consciously hating on the 49ers, too.
Yeah, but
maybe all your phone
feel...
is, you're just bitching about the 49ers too much. This is what this comes down to. Because like, your phone just hears 49ers.
But for every comment I make about them, I'm just going to call them for now on.
Oh,
I make more comments about my team, the Eagles. The
I
Eagles. Show
agree.
me more hype with the Eagles.
I agree.
Anyway, so, okay.
That's
but
weird.
what I will say is a lot of people were surprised that they were going to lose to the Browns. But I saw a post from their fan page saying how they wouldn't be surprised if they lost to the Browns because they supposedly have, like, on paper, the best
defense, yeah.
I think they've let up the least amount. I can't remember what the stat was. If it was they've let up the least amount of either air yards, points maybe. They've let up the least amount of points. But I find that really hard to believe because I thought the Cowboys were the team that let up the least
I didn't hear
amount
that
of
at all,
points.
but I know the defense is...
Yeah, and
Very good.
okay, so I did watch parts of that game, and there were some things that, like, I don't even know, like, how serious this is, but I know Debo was out.
Yeah.
McCaffrey was injured but still
Injured.
playing, and then they pulled him. Is he still out? Because I think that Eric told me at the shop today, like, that I thought I heard him say that McCaffrey's going to be out this weekend.
I wouldn't be
without
surprised.
An oblique. So that's like your muscle here?
Yeah, around here.
I didn't even see how he
got runs
injured.
hard, too. Like, hard.
I guess a tackle could cause that, too. Like,
yeah.
the impact. But one other thing that I saw that didn't really seem to be, like, too much was that I saw Purdy was either tripped or tackled, landed right on his elbow, and they just kept I didn't have audio for the game where I was watching it, and, like, they just kept re-showing him falling on his elbow, and I'm like, is he probably hurt too? But, like, he fell again or, like, got tackled again, but it was a little bit of a softer landing. Yeah. They just could not get anything accomplished.
No.
So
another off day.
Yeah.
And, like, injuries obviously played a part in that.
Same for our
team,
too, I think. But
they also, have... We always talk about, like, the 49ers have so many weapons there.
And when you take them away, and so, like...
The foundation kind of starts cracking.
Right. So I'm still not really, like...
Sold.
The one thing that I will say about Purdy that I did admire is, like, obviously the game wasn't going his way, but he still seemed very, like...
hungry and in it.
You could tell he was a little upset, but, like, the way he carried himself, you could tell he was more disappointed in himself versus, like, being disappointed in, like, the way things were going.
Right.
If that makes sense. Yeah. Whereas, like, I've seen other quarterbacks that just kind of, like, completely
crumble. That's how Aaron Rodgers was. Like, you could tell, like, he gets mad.
He would take it out on the team.
Totally. Yeah. And then he just shuts down, and then everything starts going wrong.
Yeah.
I always, like...
Like, I noticed,
never really cared for that aspect of it.
I noticed there's a lot of quarterbacks that are more the opposite of that. So, like, Brock Purdy being one of them. Justin Fields is another one.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts is another one. Love, I could say, is like that because he just, like, he'll literally just stare for a few minutes after something goes wrongly. And, like, I wonder if it's crazy because they're, like, the younger guys, but I wonder if it's just this, like, because you're younger and you're playing with, like, veterans that you just, like, are... Like, I'm letting them down. And like, I don't know, but...
Hyper self-aware almost.
Yeah. Like, so I feel like the issue with the 49ers was, like, they just couldn't get anything going. Whereas, like, with the Eagles, like, we would get ourselves going and then turnovers. Like, just so many turnovers.
Yeah, you just kept shooting yourselves in the foot.
Like, they not only took points away from us, but gave them opportunity to score, which most of the time just resulted in a field goal until the very end when they finally got the touchdown. And, like... It also just, like, our defense is, like, so weak right now. Like, I don't even know. Like, we're playing with scraps for our secondary defense. Half our defensive line was out. And then now they have to keep going back out there. Like, we don't have enough people to, like, rotate them how much we would like. And it just... It was just not fun. And
no one looked inspired. Like, everybody kind of
just looked like they didn't care. Like, A.J. Brown did great. He was still doing really good.
Thank God.
But, like, Devontae Smith was just... dropping so many passes, which is not like him at all. Like, there definitely was that one catch that, like, if he caught it, like, everybody was kind of more in front of him, and he would have just, like, been off to the races and would have scored a touchdown. And, like, then we had, like, the Swift fumble that, like, also probably would have resulted in a touchdown had that not happened.
It just seemed like the momentum, like, shifted, obviously, the first time, and then it just kept getting, like...
And I don't think we ever had any... fumble turnovers from our defense. Like, I think there was one time, but then the Jets ended up, like, recovering it again, and, like, it just, like, looked like we had so many times that we could have, like, gotten interceptions. Like, our hands were on the ball, and, like, I don't even know the last time we got an interception.
Yeah, that's so frustrating.
Our defense is just not the same. It's, like, annoying. Like, Hassan Reddick, okay, like, he did really good. So our defensive line, like Jordan Davis did really good. Fletcher Cox did good. We were really good at, like, they would get into field goal range, and then, like, we would, like, keep them out of field goal. Like, we'd end up pushing them back, which I'm fine with that. Like, I'm fine with a defense that, like, maybe plays a little, like, reserved on, like, our half of the field when they're on, whatever, when they're farther away from the red zone. On that side of the 50. I can always never get it, like, right. But then they step it up. Like, I noticed there's a few defenses that do that. They're, like, red zone defenses. Like, the Bucks are one of them. Washington's another team that just has these, like, super strong, like, red zone defenses. Whereas, like, we're, like, the opposite. Like, we usually just, like, go, like, heavy and then, like, as soon as they figure out our weaknesses in the secondary, which there's plenty, then they just get, and, like, we usually almost always give up touchdowns. So to see that, like, we were even pushing them out of field goal range. Like, I was impressed with that. So, like, it wasn't a total, like, just crap game. Like, it definitely was our worst game probably of the last 2 seasons. But
the silver lining is sometimes it's a reality check.
I think we need it because we play the Dolphins this week. And
so I think you guys your heads will be really in this now.
It's just frustrating because, like, we could have been the final undefeated team.
I know.
And, like, of course we couldn't just do that.
I know.
But anyway, so.
Well.
Everything else, though, I feel like is pretty fair. Like, I'm not. And a lot of these scores, other than the Dolphins game.
Were close scores.
Were very close.
Close scores.
Like 24-16. That's a 1-score game, yeah? Almost. If you go for 2 points.
Yeah.
24-16 again with the Commanders and the Falcons. Colts and Jags, that was a little bit of a blowout, 20-37.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah. But anyway, so do we want to cover any injuries or do we want to do that
everybody's injured. Like, should I just say everybody's injured? Every quarterback is injured. We have Garoppolo with the back, which I think they said he's likely to play this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good news.
Trevor Lawrence, they said he should be ready to go by Thursday night, but that's a knee injury. That's a short week, so that kind of sucks. Who else was injured? Who did I say?
Not Joe Burrow. Josh Allen. Is that
Josh Allen.
He might be playing, though. Baker Mayfield.
Baker has an injury. Anthony Richardson's done for the season because he has to have shoulder surgery.
Coming in for...
Crazy.
He's a starter.
I feel like week 6, 7 is usually when, like, all the injuries start really piling. So, like, this is normal. But it's a lot of quarterbacks right now.
The running back on the Bills got there. You said that.
Yes, I don't.
Damian Harris.
Yeah, that was terrible. That felt like deja vu with like the DeMar Hamlin thing. They had to like stretcher him off.
I wasn't watching the game, so like I didn't.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything, but I would assume he's fine. He did give a thumbs up when they took him.
You want me to look into that real quick?
Yeah, look into it. But that was scary. And, like, I thought it was kind of distasteful. Like, the camera kept showing DeMar Hamlin on the sideline when that whole thing was going away. And he was, like, clearly in tears. The man's probably triggered, you know? Even the whole, like, everybody on the Bills just looked like they had seen a ghost when that happened.
He's at home resting and in good spirits.
That's good. That sucked. You hate to see that stuff, but I'm glad he's okay. And I'm sure now they're extra careful with that type of thing, you know?
It was a neck injury, which is crazy because I'm pretty sure when the Dolphins were playing the Giants, that's how Daniel Jones got injured, was a neck injury. And I think the offensive lineman that was supposed to be, like, protecting him, like, I think my mom was telling me, like,
he felt guilty or something?
Oh, my God. Like, he was in tears. Like, I think he just got moved up from the practice squad or something.
I did hear something about that.
He just was so upset.
He was, like, signed, like, 2 weeks ago or something.
I don't remember. I know he was, like, newer to the team. I don't know if it was, like...
I think his name's, like, Pug, because it looked like Pug. And I was like, oh, I love it.
Yeah, and he just was, like, so upset about it. He's, like, that, like, felt like... And I can't remember if that was the play where, like... There was a play where I think, like, the lineman, like, shoved Darren Waller instead of the Dolphins player, and then, like, Daniel Jones got sacked, and I think that might have been the play. Like, he just, like, something, I don't know.
Damn.
And
that
he felt really bad.
Crazy, that Giants game the other night. The Bills and the...
Oh, yeah. How did it end? I didn't watch any of it. I was at that concert.
The Giants, like, caught back up, and then... It was like it came down to the end zone. Like there was 2 seconds left on the clock when the Giants had the ball, and then Daniel Jones threw it to Darren Waller. They called a pass interference, which it clearly was. So they got to retry the down, and then again he threw it again to Darren Waller, and again there was holding or pass interference. So, but they didn't call it this time. So it went over Waller's head, and the game ended, and the Bills won. But it should have been called. But then
what's up with the refs this season?
I don't know. But I saw some guy like talking about it, or maybe they were talking about it during the game or after the game or something, and he said like when a ball is like in the air or something, they're less likely to call it. I don't know, something like that. And I'm just it
depends on who threw the ball and who's
I think my theory was like, well, we can't have all the teams lose today. We have to have one of the big teams win. Can't have the Eagles in. Who else was it again?
Why? The 49ers.
49ers. I keep forgetting. Them lose today. Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
I hate losing.
There's a lot of soft calls.
But I'd
no
rather,
calls.
this is like, I don't know. Maybe I'm only saying this because this is like, I feel like I would rather lose like stupidly than like a close game because like everything that went wrong in our game can easily be fixed at practice and like should not happen again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, a blowout sometimes is way easier to deal with.
I mean, last year both of our losses were just like two really dumb. I shouldn't say dumb teams, but they were just like bad losses.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect it.
Freaking Heineke
it's
thing
under preparation.
Last season just was giving me flashbacks to that game against the Commanders. I just like can't with that ending of that game. I think a year later, and I think it was
not over it.
I don't know if it was week 6, week 7, or week 8 when we lost. I think we went 7-0 last season, and then it was week 8 when we had to play the Commanders, and it ended with Brandon Graham late hitting Heineke, and he's like, such a scumbag.
I remember that.
I can't stand that guy.
Wasn't that the game I was in North Carolina? Yeah, I was in North Carolina. I think I remember like texting you.
Yeah, I think I was at home watching that game.
Yeah, that was something.
I hope I wasn't out in public. Anyway, so back to the Damian Harris thing. So I'm in a situation with fantasy. How have you been doing in fantasy? I heard you got your first win in our league. I can't believe I lost to George, and that is because of the Bills. That is because of the Bills, and I had Bass kicking as my kicker.
My God!
I was projected to win.
That was a shit show. He had
he missed two kicks.
And then
come on, if he had made those, I would have beat George.
Oh, pain! That hurts.
I think he might have actually got me negative points.
Lovely.
Which is
well, yes, I did have our first win in our league. I'm number 1 in my other league. Against? I had my first loss in my other league. I was gonna go 6-0, and I was really stoked on it. Who was I?
You're like the Eagles.
I know. Hey, I'll take it.
He had 2 points, so at least it wasn't
okay, negative. Yeah, it was 2 points. Ugh. Bad.
Dude, but also, I'm like
Fantasy's been really weird
It's been annoying. I'm so over. I have Patrick Mahomes in this league, and he's not broken 20 points since, week 1.
No.
And I'm like, you're just annoying me.
Benched T. Higgins this week, finally made the right choice.
I'm over him.
I'm totally over T. Higgins. They actually had a good game finally. It wasn't great, but it was something.
So I've actually been playing the back. I think he's the wide receiver 2 for the Broncos, Sutton.
Yeah.
He's better than T. Higgins.
He's been doing decent.
God, and then we finally had Zay Flowers with his first touchdown. About freaking time.
14
and he's still,
something points.
He's still, but that's it.
He gets a lot of targets, though.
Gonna pull it up right now. I think he only got
That's why
7 or 8.
I continually put him in my lineup because I'm like, he's targeted constantly. One of these games it's gonna click, and then from there it's just gonna be smooth sailing.
He only was targeted 8 times.
That's a good amount of targets.
50 receiving yards.
It's a good amount of targets.
No, come on.
No,
let me look up.
I don't have any other choice.
All right, let me compare Sutton then. He had 12 points. He had 6 targets against Kansas City. Okay, let's see.
Looking at targets. It's my new thing. Just looking at targets.
Amon-Ra had 15 targets and 124 receiving yards.
Yeah, but a lot of their dudes, like David Montgomery, got hurt. Granted, I know he's a running back.
Out?
Gibbs is hurt. Yeah, Montgomery.
He's still questionable. I don't know. Let me see. I have him in my other league.
That sucked too. That really fucked me over.
It's gonna screw me over this year. Ribs.
Oof. That's pain.
He's expected to miss week 7, so...
I literally have no one. Between bye weeks and all these injuries, I'm kind of screwed. I'm sure everybody feels the same way, right?
This is just not the time for Montgomery to be questionable because... So I'm probably going to lose the matchup this week because I have to double up twice.
Yeah.
So I have Mahomes, Calvin Ridley, and then... with Jefferson still being out, believe it or not, my strongest player in our league is Adam Thielen on the Panthers.
Who would have thought?
He's been getting over 20.
He's the Panthers, though, basically.
Pretty much, not Miles Sanders. He's out for a while now. I actually dropped him in my league that I have him, so I have Thielen, but he's on a bye this week. So I had to go with Curtis Samuel from Washington, which is hit or miss because they usually target McLaurin.
Yeah.
They're playing the Giants, though, so I'm like, okay, there's a chance that I might get at least one touchdown. Yeah, but I don't have McLaurin. I have Samuel, so I need Samuel.
I made a trade of
But then I also have Brian Robinson. Yeah. And then I have my double up with DeAndre Swift and then DG. for my tight ends, and he's questionable. What the hell? That's new. A groin. So I'll probably switch him.
Everybody.
That is not good. If DG is questionable and we're still missing Lane Johnson and oh my God, why can't I remember his name? I just said it like our other guy that stands in between him and Kelsey, Cam Jurgens. Like, if we don't have them, because like usually when we're weak on the right side, which is usually the side where our people get injured, we'll do double tight end.
Right.
Like,
at least you have someone
and
blocking.
now we don't have DG, and like, I mean, I like our other tight end, Driscoll. Is it Driscoll or Stoll? Driscoll might be the fill-in for Lane Johnson. Like, we have so many injuries, so there's so many new names out there. Like, I know
injuries are so hot right
I think Stoll is our other tight end. So like, but he's just, and it's just like,
what are we
have
doing?
DG against the Dolphins.
What are we doing in fantasy? Everybody's hurt. Like, what are we gonna do?
When did he hurt his groin?
It's not worth dropping your entire team to like pick up shitty replacement people for 1 week winning, in my opinion.
So it says Dallas Goedert has at least 7 targets in 4 of the last 5 games for the Eagles and will face a Miami defense in week 7 allowing whatever. But it doesn't say anything about his injury. Like, it's just questionable. So I wonder if they're just did this for the Wednesday practice.
Yeah. Friday is like when you actually get like substantial information.
My backup for him is Zach Ertz. But they're playing
Ertz has been getting quite a few targets. I feel like last game I saw him a lot.
Did he? I didn't really look.
I don't know. I would look, but my phone's filming. Sorry, everyone.
Sorry, I'll pull it up right now.
Thanks, because it's going to drive me crazy. I need to know. I
They
feel like
play
he was
Seattle.
targeted a lot.
He only got 3 points against the Rams. There was one against Cincinnati. He got a touchdown, and against San Francisco. I think.
Tight ends.
No, he didn't.
I know tight ends are always a crapshoot, but I feel like this season they've been such a crapshoot. Like
except for like Laporta, I think he's been.
Laporta's been the man. Like even Kelsey, like has not been, in my opinion, doing what he typically does.
Well, he's distracted.
He's distracted. And then, like, Darren Waller's sucked, but he's always injured anyway. Like, just terrible. Tight end hell. Like, I kind of feel like if I'm the commissioner of a league again next year, I kind of just want to, like, take tight ends out of it. I know it's, like...
Can we have another running back, like an extra running back?
Yeah, maybe we can fill it with another... It's just such a crapshoot. Like, there's, like, 3 guys that actually, like, perform.
Kittle sucks.
Yeah,
I have him in my other league. He didn't even get a point last year.
Kittle used to be consistent. Like, at least you'd get, like...
with an injured Debo and an injured McCaffrey, this man still got 0.6 points.
Yeah, and the week prior, he has 3 touchdowns.
That's all he's going to get all
snap,
season.
snap.
I'm about to put... I can't. I have to use Kittle again this week because my other tight end is Ferguson.
Yeah.
The dude from Dallas, the rookie, which I actually really like him. So after this week, when Dallas isn't on a bye, like, I'm going to go
bye weeks.
I do too.
And we have so many left.
I know, like I have Thielen is on a bye week, Breece Hall is on a bye, and so what I did was I picked up Latavius Murray.
Latavius
Latavius.
It sounds like a Harry Potter spell.
I'm a little dyslexic. I can't even say dyslexic. Anyway, I picked up Latavius. Latavius Murray, because he's their 3rd running back, I think, but they were saying that, who's the other guy?
James Cook.
Yeah. He's more of like...
He's been getting a lot of the work. Like, I feel like he's like the RB1.
Well, he is now, especially, but like I was reading that they use him more for like the push through.
Okay, so he would be like the AJ
Latavius,
Dillon.
Yes.
Okay.
I was going to say that, and he's more like the Aaron Jones.
Although AJ Dillon's not even pushing through at this point.
Yeah.
No offense. But maybe a little. Anyway.
So I guess if Montgomery's not going to play, I'm going to have to play this guy because I literally have no other options. And this is my first time being in a 12-person league. There is like nobody available.
Oh, it's terrible. Like George said last night, he's like, "Babe, did you check the waiver wire?" And I'm kind of like in
what
this
waiver wire? Everybody's injured on the waiver wire.
I'm kind of like in denial where I haven't even opened my fantasy app today because I know it's just going to be so bad.
Well, you need to because you.
I know. I'm just like, it's going to stress me out so much, and I wasn't ready to like.
If I could combine my 2 teams, I'd have the perfect team.
Yeah.
Because I would have Herbert as my quarterback, who I think is probably one of the best fantasy quarterbacks right now.
Great.
consistently over 25 points, I think. Whereas Mahomes is consistently under 18 points each week. Who else has been a good quarterback? Jalen Hurts, I think, is still a good quarterback just with how many touchdowns he gets on his own, and he's been running a lot.
Josh Allen had been decent up until this week.
Josh Allen throws a lot of interceptions. He
does throw a lot of
which
interceptions.
I don't. We talked about this in episode 1. Like, I don't. As far as like watching football, like obviously for fantasy it's different because you lose points on that. But like, I like the risks that Josh Allen
sometimes
takes.
you gotta, yeah, exactly. You gotta take a risk to make a big play sometimes.
Yeah, and like,
it must be a roller coaster to be a fan of a quarterback like that, though. I mean,
Brett
Favre was kind of like that.
Yeah,
threw a lot of interceptions.
I like the effort. Like,
yeah.
I hate interceptions, but like, he still makes it work.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
He stresses me out,
I would
too.
not be saying that if Jalen Hurts, and even,
True.
I mean, Jalen Hurts he has thrown a lot of interceptions this year, but also, like, we kind of talked about this a little bit, like, I think they need to revise, like, some stats when it comes to interceptions, because,
absolutely.
like,
we did talk about this.
Like, how they have, like, you get half points for sacks and stuff. There should be half points for interceptions. Like, if it bounces off
like
a player,
off someone,
it should be only a half point on your stat. Like, we can still call it an interception or a turnover.
Turnover, yeah, makes sense.
But like, it should only count. Like, it could count as a full point on the defensive player.
Yeah.
But on the quarterback, it should only be a half point
on
because
when
especially like that very first interception of our game against the Jets, like the ball completely changed direction.
Yeah.
Like, it bounced off the dude's chest.
Right.
I think it was DG. Like, bounced off his chest. And then went forward into the other guy.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem fair, you know?
Like, it completely was going the opposite direction of the field.
Way.
And I'm like, that shouldn't be a point on his stats for an interception, because that was either an interception or a fumble. Like, it could have gone either way. If DG had taken 2 steps or a step or whatever, it would have been a fumble. But, like, he never had control. So it's like, I don't know. But I don't mind the amount of interceptions that Jalen Hurts has thrown, unlike the internet. I think that when he is throwing interceptions, he steps up his run game and, like, handles business. And, like, the man also is, like, a slippery seal in the pocket.
Like, there was that one throw to, like, A.J. Brown, which I don't even know how A.J. Brown caught it. Like, it absolutely blew my mind. Like, yeah, he's slippery. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way they're going to tackle this guy. And then he just continued to run and throw, and A.J. Brown caught it somehow. I don't know.
I think it's his size.
It's really fun to watch.
Because I felt like at least the edge guys on the, like, I don't know what it is about the Jets, but everybody on their team looks so small.
Yeah.
Like, they look like high school kids out there. Like, even their defense. They all are, like,
even Zach Wilson
skinny,
looks like a high school kid.
Yeah, they're all, like, skinny, small dudes.
But I feel like a lot of franchises, like, go after body types. Like, your running backs on Philly all, like, have that same small stature. Like, they look
like bulldog-y.
Yeah, your tight ends all look the same. So I wonder if that's, like, a scouting thing.
Maybe.
You know? Granted, like, tight end body types all do look very similar, and they're all,
our
like,
wide receivers,
for some reason, they're just, like, all big white dudes.
Yeah, our wide receivers all kind of look the same, too, except, like, Smitty's kind of, like, skinnier.
Yeah.
But, like, A.J. Brown,
it was, like,
Zacchaeus, and Quez, they're all kind of, like, the lean
muscle, yeah. It's interesting.
Like, the round shoulder, like, they're more, like, sturdy.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, but... Anyway,
let's get into it.
Okay, perfect. So,
I'm excited.
Okay, so we're gonna just,
As
I guess,
always.
So we can kind of, since we haven't really been active, like, we don't have to just focus on, like, past, like, last week's performance. So if there's anything that's happened in the last 4 weeks that stood out about either of these teams, and it helps you make your decision on matchups.
I have a terrible memory, but I'll do my best.
Yes. Okay.
Or I was drunk.
Well, also, we are so far behind. Christina's definitely whooping my butt this year on matchups. Like, I just don't have it this year. Yeah, I don't have it this year. I don't know, like, what's wrong with me. Like,
nothing's wrong with you. This is just how it's supposed to be.
I'm not good at predicting teams. Good thing I don't put money on this. Like,
I should be, but no. Then it would curse me. It would bite me in the butt.
It's crazy, too, because, like, making my decisions, I'm always just, like, so confident on my decisions, and I'm like, I know this is going to be right. And then, like, I'll admit when there's one that I'm like, this is going to be my wild card game.
Yeah.
And then I'm just, like, shocked every week. I'm like, I can't believe they lost. Like, why did I think that they were going to win?
That's how I felt last season. I think I was, like, way overthinking things last season.
I don't feel like I'm overthinking, but maybe I am, and I just don't realize it. And now I am going to overthink it. But anyway, on to this week. So starting tomorrow, Thursday night, we have the Jags at the Saints.
I'm excited for this game.
I'm not.
But I will say, I think Derek Carr, you suck. I'm just so underwhelmed.
I think
I'm so underwhelmed.
I think the Saints are like phony balonies. Like I
agree. Which makes it even worse that we lost to them so closely. Should have won that game, but we're not very good right now either.
I just think that also I low-key feel that way about Jacksonville too. Like
you think they're funny baloney? I don't. I think they're gonna go far.
Maybe. Okay.
ETN's finally.
If we're like here and here, like we got the Saints and we got the Jags, like it's definitely like the Jags are much better team.
Yeah.
And like
the division is crap.
I guess
too.
they're kind of like how we were in the Jets game. Like they just keep making mistakes, but ETN is amazing.
He's come alive the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. And
we just need to get Ridley more involved. Like it's so frustrating watching because when
he does not have like spatial awareness, I feel like, because he will not toe tap.
Yeah, it's insane. He's young. He's not young.
He's not.
He's not young. No, he's not. He just had. Better. He was just. Didn't he have like a mental health thing and he took like.
No, he gambled.
Oh, he was the gambler. Why did I think it was?
And then got more suspension than Deshaun Watson and Zeke Elliott.
That's right. We had a rage fest.
And someone else that assaulted their girlfriend.
Nice. Yeah, that's lovely. I know where I'm going with this one.
I think this one's kind of an obvious one.
Jacksonville.
Same. Jags.
I
think that it's going to not even be close.
Yeah. Let's hope Calvin Ridley does something in this game.
Get 2 touchdowns and 170 yards, please.
Yes.
Okay, then we have the Raiders at the Bears. Without Jimmy Garoppolo. Oh, wait, no, you said Jimmy Garoppolo. Without
likely
Justin
to play.
Fields?
Justin Fields is rolled out.
So who is the backup for Justin Fields?
I have no idea.
Hey, Siri, who is the backup quarterback for Justin Fields on the Bears? Let's see if she knows.
Okay, I found this on the web.
Tyson Bacon?
Justin Fields on the Bears. I'll see if she knows. Check it out.
I don't know who Tyler Bagent?
No, I don't know.
Okay, don't know who that is. Oh. The Raiders should be doing much better than they are.
That was painful losing to the Raiders.
Did they win last week? They did. They beat the Patriots, but it was the Patriots, and they only beat them
it was a very
by
close,
4 points.
Another very close game that came down to the whatever.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say
having
about them.
Whiplash from that game of ours still. I'm going with the Raiders, though.
I went with the Raiders, too.
Yeah.
I just,
the Bears
it sucks because I feel like the Bears finally were, like, getting on. They almost were coming back against the Vikings last week. And I felt like they were finally getting kind of on a roll and, like, figuring things out after that Washington game. Like, and then Justin Fields gets injured, and I just think it kind of set them back again.
Yeah.
Then we have the Commanders at Giants. So one thing that did happen while you were away, this was something that was really annoying and crazy, was the Commanders scoring a touchdown with like literally 1 second left. Which was only annoying because then I had to run 3 more miles than I would have originally had to run.
Oh, that's right. You're like, damn it.
And
but
also,
it's looking great. You're looking great.
Thanks. I did not run last week because I was going out of town. So the Rams score is going to go towards our bye week. And then this week, I just only have to run 14 miles, but I'm shooting.
Allie's kicking butt with
I'm shooting to run 16, though. I'm going to run 4 miles for the next 4 days of the week. So
she's inspired me. I'm not doing, like, the Packers score thing, but I'm trying to get 5 miles in a day where I can.
Damn, that's a lot.
It is a lot. That's why my knee is bad.
I'm going with the Commanders.
Yeah, I'm going with the Commanders, too. I just put commies.
And this is also just, like, wishful thinking because I have to have Curtis Samuel involved and Brian Johnson, so please, you guys, like, even if only one of them just got, like, 3 touchdowns, like, that would be enough.
I have Scary Terry now. I'm a Scary Terry owner. Someone offered me a trade.
In our league?
No, in my public league. So they offered me Scary Terry and Javonte Williams for Aaron Jones. And I took it.
Yeah.
Because I just have this like weird feeling that injury is going to persist with Aaron Jones. Or he's going to start going off now because I traded him.
And also you have all your wide receivers getting healthy.
Yes, and I'm really stacked on like my running backs in that league, so I was like, I needed receivers more.
My theory with the Packers is like Aaron Jones is going to be trying to do more passing than rush.
I agree.
Because like he's trying to prove this is the end of his contract.
The end of his contract.
So he's going to be trying to like show them what he has.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like handing the ball off to a running back isn't as impressive as throwing like a 40-yard pass.
We signed another running back yesterday, and I was like, ooh, I wonder if they're trying to like get rid of A.J. Dillon.
Or just have another person.
Like,
we have
need another person. We released Patrick Taylor, so that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so the next game is the Falcons at Bucks, and you said Baker Mayfield might be out?
He's injured. I think he's going to play, though.
Okay. Do we know what his injury is? Let me see. Let me pull it up.
What was it?
Oh, look, he's right here.
What's the time?
It says he's healthy.
All right, well, that's good. It must have just been a minor thing.
He only had 7 points last week against Detroit. Well, because they didn't even get a touchdown.
Detroit's be looking good.
Okay, so pause for a sec.
I'm convinced.
Some dark horse teams that I think could be changing the game is definitely the Detroit Lions.
Oh my God, I don't even think we can call them a dark horse. They are what they are. They're good. It's painful, but I actually don't mind.
People don't give them.
I don't mind the Lions
enough credit.
Yeah.
Where like they should be at least in the National League. I would put them in third place.
Yeah.
Like if I were to rank the teams,
they are a Super Bowl contender.
100%.
Yeah.
Like the perfect bracket could get them there.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Our division's really shitty too, so I feel like
but they
don't even need that excuse though.
Yeah, and they haven't had a full offense yet.
Nope.
I feel like
everybody's been like their running backs are injured. Obviously,
Amon was in like.
Mon
he
Ross
was playing, but
out.
He wasn't like fully healthy.
Nope.
And
Montgomery got hurt early.
You know, like
Gibbs is out.
I would put them at third place overall in National League. Overall in the NFL, I would maybe even put them in fourth place.
Yeah, they're a good team.
Maybe fifth or sixth.
I
keep forgetting about the Dolphins.
I just always wish every year that we just get a different Super Bowl.
I feel like
that's all I want. Just give me teams that I'm not used to.
I feel like the Dolphins are going to win the Super Bowl.
I kind of been getting a vibe that the Dolphins might go to the Super Bowl too.
They're giving me vibes of how it felt when the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
But then I also
just everything going so well.
I don't know if it's like trauma from the past, but I'm also like it's still the Dolphins. They'll do some kind of Dolphins type deal.
Well, we're getting to that
mess
time.
It all up.
We're getting to that time where that would happen.
I know.
Maybe it'll be
Which
us.
is crazy. Like, how are we already 7 weeks into this?
I feel like, too, it's going by so fast. And, I'm disappointed in myself for not knowing much about what happened last week. But I've just been, so wrapped up in baseball.
Life happens. And baseball happens.
Yeah, and, baseball isn't just, once a week. It's, 5 or 6 nights a week. And, I can't, there is just something about October Phillies that is just
October baseball is the best baseball too.
It's so
fun,
exciting.
It's great to have that option. I
had a moment this morning where I was watching all the highlights from last night, and I was getting so emotional because I'm we might win the World Series this year. We might actually win the World Series.
I don't want to jinx it, but I have a feeling.
I didn't even think that we were going to,
Are you crying?
No, I'm not. No, I just wiped my nose.
I don't know.
I didn't even think that I was crying when I had my moment. And
I was pretty emotional just a second ago.
I'm watching... I'll watch it's okay. What it is that gets me emotional, because they're happy tears, obviously, but
yes,
it's the excitement in the broadcasters' voices, and then all the fans at the game. If I watch highlights of them in Arizona, they're not
it's
really
not as
emotional, but when I watch their highlights in Philly, it's just it's magic. That stadium is unlike any other stadium.
Yeah.
It is just unreal. And, even people who aren't Philly fans, just recognize it.
They are
and
aware
it's
of
just,
it.
I would say that stadium is even more powerful than the Eagles Stadium. Like, it's just nuts.
It's so
It is
cool.
crazy there.
When's the next game? It's tonight?
No, because, okay, so, like, for the National League Series, like, or the
Oh, you guys go back to Arizona now?
for 3 games.
For 3 games,
Because
okay.
it's best of 7, so it's, like, 2 home for Philly, 3 home for Arizona, and then 2
back.
the last 2, if it comes to that, will be
Well,
in
actually, we don't
Philly.
want it to come to that, but it would be cool to be
win
in
it
Philly.
in Philly. Yeah, we did that last year.
That would
It was
be,
just
that's so
cool.
moving.
But, like, I think I don't know if it's like that in the World Series. Like, the World Series might be 2-2,
I think it typically is
2-1,
2-2.
but it could be 2-3-2. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it is 2-3-2. I think it is. Because they won in Game 6.
I love October baseball.
It's exciting. Like,
It's
people
great.
who say baseball is boring, like,
No.
just watch the Phillies in the
It-
postseason and you will completely
It's
change your
not
mind.
though. It's just baseball is a vibe.
There's
like, it
also
is a
been
chill
so
vibe.
much, like, drama going
There
on.
has been.
With teams playing the Phillies and, like, everybody running their mouths against, like, do not, like, when will people learn, like, do not go to Philly and taunt the fans? Like, it never
No, it
works
gotta be
out.
crazy.
It never works out. Like, when will you learn? It happens in football and it happens in baseball and, like,
I like that you like just own the fact that Philly fans are crazy, like passionate and crazy.
yes, I'm one of them.
Yeah,
I know what it's
I feel like so many people are like, we're no different. And I'm like, no, you guys are different.
Yeah.
But I think that's something to be proud of. Personally,
I am proud
think
of
it's
it.
cool.
A lot of people, like,
I like passionate fans.
yeah. Anyway, okay, back to football. So we're Falcons and Bucks.
At Bucks.
Oh, we were talking about dark horse teams, and, like, I think the Bucks are also one of the dark horse teams.
I think so too. And the Texans.
Even without Tom Brady. I was gonna say the Texans too.
Texans are my dark
how I
horse.
feel about October baseball is how I feel about the Texans. Like, they're so much fun to watch
They
because they're
are
almost
so
like,
fun.
they almost are playing like they have nothing to lose, and, like, it's working for them.
It's how I wished the Packers were playing right now. Because we really, like, we are in a rebuild year.
Yeah.
I just wish it had been more like that. But it could be. It's still early enough.
Mm-hmm. Not even halfway through yet.
Yeah. I'm a believer.
Me too.
This is a tough one.
How do you feel about the Falcons?
I think they're funny baloney. Bijan's really good, though.
Yes. I picked
He
up
makes
Algier.
me... Algier's good to have,
He
too.
hasn't been that good.
Eh.
Like, he's good, but he hasn't been collecting that many fantasy
Not
points.
like Bijan is. Why am I struggling so hard with this one?
Should we talk about it? What happened last week with the Bucks?
What happened? What happened? The Bucks
Were they on a bye?
lost
Oh, wait.
to the Lions.
Oh, but it's the Lions.
Yeah, they're a great team. What happened with the...
It's probably because they have those stupid orange uniforms on. They look like UM.
It looked like a college football game.
Yeah, it looked like Miami.
It was such a weird vibe. Like, I couldn't...
That's all I have. Who are you looking for?
The Falcons, were they in a bye?
No.
No.
They
They played
lost.
Bijan. I had Bijan. Okay, so they
They
did
lost to the
lose.
Commanders.
Okay. I mean, hello. I'm going Bucks.
Me too. I went with
There's
the
my Bucks. Yeah.
Okay.
I think this marker's about to die.
That could be the one that
I think this is the dud.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, you need to get the one that has the round lid.
I'm on it.
While you're there,
The round
next
boy.
game we have. Ooh, this is a good one. The Browns at the Colts.
Ooh, I feel like that's a very even playing field.
And I don't think Deshaun Watson is playing.
Fuck him. Excuse my French.
She just got back from France.
Yes.
So
Very
I noticed that
fluent.
Deshaun Watson wasn't playing.
Honestly, who was their back? Oh my god, this marker is so vibrant. Yes. He's
He's questionable now.
Who's
He had a
their
shoulder.
backup again?
Gosh, I saw his
He
name.
didn't look bad. I was saying to George, like, how awesome would it be if this guy just, like, thrived? But, like, Deshaun Watson's contract is way too expensive for them to roll with a backup quarterback forever.
He did pretty good.
Yeah, he did
against the
decent. I mean,
49ers.
granted that the defense definitely won them that game. But
It says it's Dorian Thompson Robinson, but I don't think that that's who played. Or Philip Walker.
no, I think it was the Dorian dude.
I don't remember seeing a long last name on the back of his jersey. Well, let's see. Wait, who's the quarterback now?
Now this marker is making my other words look bad because it's so vibrant. I'm going to touch everything up.
I can't even stand his face.
That whole thing, the whole situation is just so ridiculous.
He's
They would give
not
that man
playing,
so
I
much
think, on
money.
Sunday. He doesn't want to put the team... What did he say? There's a quote. He decided not to play on Sunday. Well, this was posted 4 hours ago, so I'm assuming there's
Pretty current.
I'm not going to put the team in jeopardy. I think you're just scared.
Don't put it all on your back. What a martyr.
All right, what did I say that guy's name was? I'm going to look up on
Devon?
Thompson Robinson. That is such a long last name.
That's like a long name of generic names. Common names. I shouldn't say generic. Common names.
Sorry.
This is such a struggle.
Well,
no, there's no
I'm just
rush.
trying to see if this guy has fantasy points because I don't remember. Yeah, he's not coming up. Oh, let me type his first name and see. Maybe it just said Dorian on the end.
Dorian.
There he is.
I was saying Devin. Devon.
Yeah, no, he didn't play.
Okay, so who
It
was
was someone else
Who was it?
because he has no points. Well, that took up Philip Walker. I think that is who it was. No, it can't be. He's coach's decision. He did play against San Francisco. He's a free Oh, wait, no, he's a free agent on fantasy. No, this is PJ Walker. Why?
It was a mystery, man.
Okay, so I'm just going to Google who was the quarterback against the 49ers.
49ers. Oh my god, I know when I hear the name, I'm going to be like, yes, that's it.
I think it was him, though. No. PJ Walker found out he would start at quarterback for the Cleveland Browns on Sunday against the undefeated 49ers. He called Cleveland's backup quarterback from last season.
I don't know. It just
But
doesn't,
he
like,
only has...
It doesn't, like, ring a bell with me.
Yeah, and he only has 5 points. And it says he had 192 pass yards, 2 interceptions, 3 rush attempts, 1 rush yards. So how did he only end up with 5 points? It doesn't matter. It was PJ Walker.
It was PJ Walker.
Anyway,
I'm sure someone knew that too.
So I know what I'm gonna go with this for this anyway. I want the Colts. Oh, you haven't gone yet.
I haven't
Sorry.
gone yet, but I was gonna go with the Colts anyway.
Chatting this whole time and trying to research.
I was trying to think who the quarterback was. I'm going Colts too, my friend.
We have 2 backups facing each other,
Colts.
Minshew and PJ Walker.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns win. Like, I think the Browns are also really underrated. They're better than other teams out there that are getting more credit.
Maybe this will be the game that, like, Jonathan Taylor just, like, really gets involved finally again. I've been
Maybe
on this campaign for 2 years. I'm just waiting for something to happen.
All right, next we got the Lions at Ravens. And all I'm going to say about this is I am so over the Ravens.
They're just so frustrating to have in fantasy.
It's Lamar Jackson. Like,
It is.
Not,
He's just a ball hog.
He is. He's not a good leader for the team. I went with the Lions.
Me too.
You and I are on the same page.
Yo, we
That's
are.
That's all I gotta do. I just gotta be on the same page as you.
I gotta be on the same
And then I'll do just as good with my predictions. Okay, next we got the Bills at Patriots. This is another, like...
Bills are...
What is going on with the Patriots? Because they just
It's
cannot
bad.
win a game.
And Bill Belichick was, like, so visibly shaken this game. Like, did you see he obviously took it out on the Microsoft Surface?
Uh-oh, he pulled a Brady?
He pulled a
Maybe
Brady.
that's where he got it from.
Maybe.
I mean,
He
that's where
learned
Tom
from-
Brady got it from.
Yeah, exactly. Bills aren't going to lose 2 weeks in a row.
And
Especially
they're not
the
going to lose to the
Patriots.
Patriots. Okay, so those are all our 1 o'clock games. Sunday at 4:05, we have the Cardinals at the Seahawks.
Oh, see, this is like a dark horse team too. Like a.
I'm trying not to overthink it, so I'm just going to right away.
Ooh, I like how this word came out. Seahawks.
Me too.
Really?
Damn.
What if we go all the same this week? Could.
We might. That would also be.
That would probably be a first too.
That would be exciting. I think so. That would be
Yeah.
like really exciting to do. Just
It would be
'cause, like,
fun.
We're on the same page.
Rooting for the same teams.
Okay, and then we have the Steelers at Rams. I think the Rams are also like
A
a dark
sleeper
horse
team?
team.
Yeah.
We have Cooper Kupp back, but they were already doing just fine without him.
Steelers at Rams, you said?
Yeah, but the Steelers have also just been kind of like
Their defense is good.
Yeah, like things are like finally starting to click, I think, with them. But
All right.
I don't think it's enough to beat the Rams.
Did you go with the Rams? I did too.
Me too.
All right, so we're so far so good.
I just think the Rams are like slightly out of the Steelers leagues. Like
Yeah.
I like the Steelers to win over the Rams.
Yeah.
But I'm just not like confident enough to pick them as my team.
They're a sleeper
Okay,
team.
then we have the Chargers at the Chiefs.
At the Chiefs. Will Taylor be there?
I want the Chargers.
I want the Chiefs!
Ah!
All right, so here we go.
I think the Chiefs are due for a loss.
I kind of agree with
But
you.
it's hard to like think that'll happen with the refs 100% being on their side, which that is another
Yeah.
craziness that happened was like, and I know that we're like
yeah.
super late on this, but like I do not understand how there was no consequences for that man taking his helmet off.
Yeah, and the refs like put your helmet back on.
It's on TV.
Yeah, but
like,
didn't someone get flagged like a play or two earlier for having their helmet off on the other team? I think
it's possible.
Yeah, I think
unbelievable.
Yeah.
And like I just keep seeing like maybe Facebook shouldn't be my source of news, but
No,
like
definitely not.
I just keep seeing
But-
so many people like repost these incidents in Chiefs games where like blatant things are happening and like
Yeah.
they don't call it. But
They're the
at the
sweetheart
same
team.
time, like I don't think people realize that does happen often.
Totally.
Like just all the time.
Yeah.
But I think the ones like from how it sounds, the ones with the Chiefs have just been like super, super obvious.
There's always like that running like narrative that the NFL is scripted, and I think people like think the NFL is scripted like play by play, but it's not. If it was scripted, it's not like that. It's going to be scripted according to the refs. Like the refs would control everything, and they might. It might be paid off.
I just like don't want to believe that sports are scripted, but like at the same time, it's like
If it
I
was-
sound like me when I was like 13 years old for like the first time watching reality TV.
Right,
and
you're like,
being
this is not scripted."
real. This is real,
That shit
and
is
it's
so
like
scripted.
obviously not real. Like,
Yeah. Even all the bullshit you see on like TikTok and stuff, like most of that shit is not like
I don't have
spontaneous.
TikTok. What- Oh, the video,
You know
like
what
the
I
funny
mean?
videos.
Yeah, like
yeah.
funny. No,
Like
none
the
of that
lady
shit's-
falling off the ladder and all the
Right,
pamphlets
like-
lying. Yeah.
Hate to ruin reality for everybody, but I don't know.
Like who just happens to have their phone out
Exactly.
all the time
Or like
when
all those
funny things are
videos you
going
see
on.
like guys grabbing like box fans, so like the kick like a kicker will miss
Oh,
the
and
no,
it's, like,
like that's
rewound.
DVR, man. Like
Yeah.
wait, do DVR still exist? Why did I say that? No, that's like rewound on your
That's DVR.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially.
Dated myself.
Yeah. No, you
That's
didn't. No,
TiVo,
you
man.
didn't. No.
We're TiVo.
It's all the same technology.
Yeah, I guess.
I was gonna say something about that though. Like, yeah, because like, how could one person just always be around when funny things are happening or funny things happening to
Right.
them? Like, and then they always catch it on film.
Right.
Like, I don't ever get anything on film. Like, I'm excited when
neither.
I get a strike of lightning on film. Like,
Exactly. You have to sit there forever.
yeah. It's just like, and it's because we get those like lightning storms down here where it literally does not stop lightning
Yes.
for hours.
I love those.
But anyway, okay, so we just did the Chargers and
Yeah.
the Chiefs.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that'll be actually a good. Okay, so I'm saying that the Colts game is going to be a good game, and the Chargers Chief game, I kind of.
I'm
watch
excited
that
about
game too.
this game. I don't know why, but I am.
I don't know why you
The
are.
Jags at the Saints. Maybe
I'm
because I
over
was like,
both of
ooh,
them.
an actual good Thursday night matchup. I don't know. I feel like they just like, especially this season, all the primetime games have been so boring.
I don't think that's true.
Terrible. Our game with the Raiders was so boring.
Let me think for a
Even
second.
my eyes are glazing over, and I'm always so
The
stressed.
Bucks-Eagles game was exciting.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
I mean,
It's
Sunday
close.
night, the Bills game, that was boring as hell until
This
the last
past
play.
week,
I feel like all the primetime games have just been duds this
I
season.
don't think so. What else, though? There was other good
Once
games.
football's over, I'm going to be like, I want them back.
The Thursday games, though, have definitely been better than last year's Thursday's games.
Yeah, there were some weak boys last year. You would just think they would do better. Like, I don't know. I'm sure it's very difficult to make an NFL schedule, so.
Yeah. All right. Next, we have the Packers at the Broncos. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's pack.
This game freaks me out so much.
No,
We're always
it's 'cause you're a
notoriously-
fan. That's why.
Of course, we're always notoriously flat after a bye week. But that's kind of gone a different way the last 2 years, luckily. But losing to the Broncos would be the nail in the Packers' coffin. Like, I think we've been catching a lot of heat the last couple of weeks because we've just been kind of like a hot mess express. So if this like goes the wrong way, oh my god, this game is gonna stress me out so much. Like, I think the Packers are gonna win.
You guys are coming off a bye week.
Oh my god. And like I can't say last week because we had a bye week, but the week before, it was kind of like what I was talking about, like how I thought the season was gonna go in week 1. Like,
I'm taking a picture of you because he looks so
he does
cute
look
right
extra
now.
cute right now. I just think Jordan Love's gonna be okay. Like, honestly,
He is.
I think the Raiders game, he looked a little like timid, and yeah, there was some really bad throws and some
Did you
bad
guys
decisions.
end up winning that game?
No, we lost. We've lost the last 2 games.
That's right. We were supposed to go out and watch it, but then I
Good thing we
kinda got
didn't.
too really late.
But the receivers, just like the play calling was so bad in that game. Like, when
That's
we
an
were in
issue
the
on our
red
team,
zone,
too.
like, we're having A.J. Dillon run the ball 3 times. Like, what are we doing? This man cannot get through anything. He just falls over. I don't know.
Maybe they were going with the approach is like, they don't think we'd ever do this because, like,
It's crazy.
Why would you trust
Exactly.
A.J. Dillon 3
Actually,
times
that's a
to run
really
the
good
ball?
theory.
And they're just not going to see it coming. What they should have done was
frustrating.
laterally pass to him.
No kidding. And, like, my theory is, if like I'm a fan watching on my couch and I can predict what you're going to do next, the other team is probably going to predict what you can do next. Like, what are we doing?
Especially
It's
because
so
they're going to know how
frustrating.
you're, like, set up.
Yes, it's so frustrating. Like, me and George will predict exactly what's going to happen, like what the play will be, who they're going to go to, like what's going to happen. It's insane, and every time it's literally what we say. Anyway, I obviously, you know what I have to do here, but I'm very concerned. And I don't know why I'm getting so heated, because this year, like, I have no expectations, but I still love that team so much. Thank you. And it hurts when we lose.
I think you guys are going to be fine.
Okay. But then it's like, you're going to hear everybody saying, well, they just won against the Broncos. It's not like a big deal.
It's momentum. It is a big deal.
It is momentum. You're right. It's a win. A win's a win's a win.
Maybe
Okay.
you guys will break the record since the Dolphins felt too caring.
That would be really fun.
Yeah. Speaking of the Dolphins, we have the Dolphins at the Eagles.
Oh, man. I mean, easy.
In Philly.
That's a tough place to play. Okay. We're both going Eagles.
I'm going with the Eagles, too.
This is my most excited game for the week. And I'm happy it's prime time.
Thanks.
I hope Ben and
It
Girl
better
come
be
over.
a good game, or it better be a blowout on the Eagles.
If you want to come over and watch it with
So my
rowdy
plans-
Dolphins fans, it would be really fun.
No, I
Okay.
don't want to do that. I feel like it's okay.
Ben is the rowdiest Dolphins fan.
My plans for Sunday is to either go to work because like I just kind of need to make some money and we don't play
Times
till
be
8.
tough.
But if I don't get work, I want to kind of go to the horse races and then go home and watch the
You're just going to
Eagles.
have a mellow day before your stress kicks in.
Yeah, so man, it'd be cool if I could do an Eagles tattoo. Like I'm just like thinking about Sunday, like by Sunday,
If I was
like
an Eagles fan, I'd come in and get an Eagles tattoo, but I can't. That'd be weird.
by Sunday, like the Phillies could be in the World Series. and the Eagles could win against the Dolphins and be back
We'll
on
just
track.
ride
And,
off into the sunset.
one thing that I will say, and this is not just like the last few seasons, like this has been like my entire life as an Eagles fan, is like we always, like, even when we're in our like worst season ever, we always beat the teams that are like the best team right now.
That's
and like
awesome.
I think the Dolphins are the best team right now. And
They do look the most consistent.
I
They
think
really
so too.
do.
And, like, I just think that, like, we always play at the level of our opponents, and I think that's why
Absolutely.
we lost to the Jets.
There's so much truth to that.
Yeah, I also noticed with us, like, we always play badly on, like, the bad quality fields. Like, we always don't look ourselves when we play in Arizona. We don't look ourselves sometimes when we play, except for, like, the Miracle in the Meadowlands, but, like,
Yeah.
that was before turf.
MetLife is terrible.
That has to be, that and Arizona, like, has to be the worst fields. Like, Arizona's bad because it's just probably not the right, like, soil for the grass, because it's actual grass. I mean, it is Arizona, so it's, like, pretty dry out there, but, like, the
Isn't it
AstroTurf, it is, but what they do is they roll.
Oh, the roof opens so it gets sun,
No,
right?
it doesn't even open. The ground slides out from underneath the stadium,
right.
and then that's how they sunlight the grass, but...
I
like-
wonder if after the season's over, there's going to be a large push, like, for real turf.
Okay, so when you say real turf, do you
Well,
mean grass?
grass.
Okay, so
Because it seems like there's a lot of
are-
talk, even this week, about it still.
What did you hear this week?
I didn't read into it, but I saw it pop up on, like, my watch earlier from ESPN.
I'd rather
Again.
that be the subject in the light than the Eagles quarterback sneak play being, like, illegal.
Yeah.
Because they keep trying to do that, too.
That's stupid.
It is stupid because when Tom Brady was doing it, everybody
It's
was like,
fine.
he's so good. And,
Yeah.
like, now that Jalen Hurts is doing it, and everybody's like, that's such a dangerous play. Like, and I just don't understand. Like, it's been around for forever.
Yeah,
and, like,
now we're
I mean,
gonna
I don't want somebody to
squash
get
it.
hurt. I don't want to jinx it. But, like, if teams aren't being successful at it, it's because they're not doing it right. And the fact that, like, you can't even say that it is, like, too easy because there are teams that just can't do it. Like,
Yeah.
But anyway, I will say, though, that MetLife Stadium, like, that field, like, it's more black than green because of all the gravel.
It's so funny you say that because when we were watching Red Zone and, like, your game would, like, come on the screen, George would be like, ugh, the colors in this game are so dull. Because, like, the field is very, like, it's almost like monotone. Like, it has, like, a grayish, like...
It's because all the gravel that's supposed to be holding down the AstroTurf,
and
so
then,
it's,
like,
like, slippery.
Both the green jerseys, we were just like, meh. You know? Like, it's very meh.
Yeah, imagine if it was a Philly home game and we had we probably wouldn't do that. This Sunday we are having our Kelly Green jerseys.
I love those. That would have been confusing.
I should have
We
worn my Cunningham
What are we
jersey
doing?
today. I was just running late. Like, I had to work before we came here.
We were just, like, all disoriented today.
Yeah, I should have worn the Cunningham jersey again, or I have a Jaworski jersey, but it's the white and Kelly
Well, wear
green.
it next week after your win.
I would love to be
Your
the
total
Dolphins.
win.
That will make a statement.
Oh my God! And then just like, oh, you gotta wear jerseys all week if you win this game. Because people will just be pissed. The Dolphins fans are like,
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
the Dolphins fans are like, oh.
See, I don't want to get
I don't
too
want to say
ahead of myself because,
insufferable
like,
right now, but they're
they're
high
just
on
like,
life.
okay, why it's annoying is because, like, you and I have supported our teams. They're the only teams we've supported, like,
Yeah.
our whole lives. And,
Yeah.
like, these Dolphins fans, like,
Yeah, when they suck, they're quiet.
you didn't even know, like, you didn't even realize you had friends who were Dolphins fans until they started being good.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I not know my own friend watches football?
No,
Like,
it's very true.
it just doesn't make any sense to me because they don't
Very
until
true.
they hear that the Dolphins are really good, and then it's cool to be like a Dolphins fan and like.
I get it. It's fun to root for a team that's winning, but come on.
It's fun because like you've suffered through the bad times.
Yeah. True, exactly.
Like-
You've been there. Although, I don't know.
It's South Florida.
I can't say anything because people are like, I've heard I've seen online like so many people like shitting on Packers fans because they're like, they've never known what it feels like to be bad, you know? And now we're kind of going through it, but it's like, whatever. I'm going to be here. I'm ride or die.
Yeah, you guys are handling it. You're not ghosting the not the Panthers. You're not ghosting the Packers.
No, I could never.
Like Dolphins fans do. They ghost the team when they're
Yeah.
not doing good.
True.
My
There's some
favorite
real
thing
ones.
about being an Eagles fan is like reading all the comments when we lose because it's just so.
I cannot mentally do that to myself.
I
get so hot. Like, I get so
I mean
mad.
the comments from our own fans.
Oh, okay.
Like,
that is
page,
funny.
yeah.
That is funny. I do that too.
I don't like. Okay, so it's funny that you say like that, like you interpreted it that way, because like I don't think it's funny when someone like if somebody who's like another fan like
infiltrate your board. Yeah, you're like community.
I'm like, these people don't even know what they're talking about. Like, shut up. But then when an Eagles fan could literally make the same exact comment, I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, they're heated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I understand, and like, I think that's how it should be. Like, you should be hard on your team when they lose, and like at the end of the day, like, it's. I don't think it's good to, like, because people are going to lose. Like, people are going to make mistakes. Like, not everybody's going to be perfect all the time.
Yeah.
But the reason why I give a pass at the Eagles fans for how, like, hard on their team they can be, like, they are also some of the most supportive fans.
Yeah.
Like, in
you
in
guys
the
are
league.
very ride or die.
It doesn't even matter. Like, even if we're talking shit, we're still going to go to the game. It could be a blizzard. We're still going to stand out there. Like,
yeah.
that would not happen down here. I'm
No.
sorry. Like, if
There's
your
a-
team has a losing record and it's a crappy weather day, your fans are not going to the game. But in
No,
Philadelphia,
that's so
it could literally
true.
be a blizzard.
The Bills fans are really awesome like that too.
Yeah.
Packers fans are really awesome
Like, it's
about
just
weather.
what they live for. Like,
Yeah.
and it's just like, so
Your
that's
life
why
revolves
the
around it
Dolphins
up
fan,
there.
I think that's why we think they're insufferable.
Yeah, you're
Because
right.
it's just annoying to hear everybody gloat and then, like, disappear when their team is doing bad.
Yeah, or if they're like winning or losing, they leave early. It's weird.
I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Better not be. Plus, when tickets are so expensive, I'm staying for every minute of this game.
Yeah, and everybody's leaving now, so I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah,
while the
we're gonna
parking
hit
lot clears
traffic.
out. Yeah, take another Jello shot.
Exactly.
Okay, and then we're wrapping up the week with the 49ers and
Oh.
the Vikings, which this is actually sounds like a good game.
What?
But I know what I must do.
I know what I must do. Apparently, Kirk Cousins is going to stay with the Vikings. He does not.
Good. Don't send him to the Jets.
Yeah.
If they want to keep Zach Wilson, let them keep Zach Wilson. And like Kirk Cousins does not get enough credit on the Vikings, and they should not give up on him. He should not. It's not even about them giving up on him. Like, he's not giving up on them. Like,
True.
you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
true.
he is so good.
He became likable.
If he was on a team that was winning, they would be talking about him the way they talk about
you're
Patrick
right.
Mahomes.
You're right. Last year, he got a lot of.
He has the most yards than any other quarterback, I believe. I think I heard that on a sports thing that, like, he has the most yards than any other quarterback right now. But the least doesn't win often. And it's just their defense, I guess. Their defense isn't good. I don't know, but
They
like
just look messy all around.
anyway, I went with them.
I'm with them too.
Because I don't see them losing 2 weeks in a row.
No.
That's the only reason.
Especially not
if
to
they
the
didn't
Vikings.
lose to the Bears, or I'm sorry, to the Browns, I would have went with the Vikings.
We should go watch this game.
Monday night, we will, after work. I'm totally down.
We should go
totally
watch that
down.
game.
It'll be a better week for me,
If we're not
too.
doing Sunday, we should do that one.
I am going to be working on that kid's neck at the end of the night, so like I might.
I'm
be running late
excited about
again,
that one. No,
but-
that's fine. I'm excited about that tattoo.
Yeah, we got to figure out where we're going to go for that, but
Yeah.
we're wrapping up this week. These 4 games I think are the best.
Yeah, there's some good football this week.
Chargers, Chiefs, Packers, Broncos, Dolphins, Eagles.
Packers,
49ers.
Broncos. That's going to be a real good one.
Man, part of me almost does want to go to Slackers for these, but I just don't want to have to like drive home.
Well,
that
if
late
you're
at
going to
night.
be... I was going to say, if you're going to be at the horse races, you could just... You're going to be down south anyway.
If I go to the horse races, but I don't want to be watching the Eagles game until that 10:30 at night, and then I gotta drive all.
No, I totally understand. That's a long drive.
Like I think I.
Play by ear. See how you feel. If you want to, I'll meet you there.
Okay.
No pressure.
If you want to go to the horse races, I have to ask my sister.
I'll think about it.
Anyway.
Hard to give up a football Sunday.
I really hope we beat the Dolphins so bad.
Honestly, me too.
I don't want to lose 2 games in a row. We play the Dolphins, and then we have the Commanders, and then I think we have a
to be a
bye.
good team.
And then I think
Stressing
we have a
about
bye
losing
week.
2 teams.
You know what's funny though is
games
like
in a row.
a lot of people are saying like in Philly that like they don't think the Eagles are actually as good as like our record shows, and I'm just like they're like we have the worst play calling ever, and I'm like, yeah, and we're still winning with it. Like, we're still making it work.
I was
We are a
literally
good
just
team.
gonna say, good teams find ways to win.
We're not winning the way that we were
What
winning
matters.
last year, but also last year we should have been winning because we had probably the easiest schedule that's ever been written in
Yeah.
the history of history.
Now you're in a hard schedule and you're still winning.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Well, we haven't really played any of the hard parts yet.
I don't think
The Rams and the Bucks were probably our hardest 2 games.
Yeah. Now you're in the thick of it.
It's going to be like this to the end of the season.
But this is good. If you say your team plays to the level of the opponent, then this will be fine. Right?
I wanted to be 6-0 so badly, even if it was just for the week.
You could be sitting
But I also want
at 2-3 with some other chumps.
Stop.
Are we 2-3? Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's right, because you had a bye.
Yeah.
All right. Well, was there anything you had to say? Any moves on your fantasy? Any?
The fantasy is a hot mess.
So is mine.
I think everybody's in that boat right now.
I just can't believe I lost to George.
Ugh, I know, it's the
Like,
worst.
how? With Sam Howell?
He's a Sam Howell believer, that man. I should get him a jersey.
Why?
I don't know.
Why does he like Sam Howell?
Because he loves Dotson.
Dotson hasn't done anything.
I know, I dropped him. I'm like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this Colt you're in.
Like, he literally has not done
At this
a
point,
thing.
he should just be a Commanders fan.
Why?
I don't know.
Why don't we all put our money together and buy the... They were saying that they think the guy that... Who did buy the Commanders? I thought it was Magic Johnson.
Yeah, he's a part owner.
But someone else owns it, and I saw that they were saying... They were joking that he might already be trying to sell the team.
I think they're just going to rebrand that team completely.
I also saw...
Which I think
don't know
they
if this
need
is
to.
true or not, but I saw that the tribe that was originally, like inspired the
Redskins?
Commander, the Redskins, yeah, that they're suing... I don't think this is true. I think
I hope
this is
not.
just clickbait, but like, so that team, that the guy's face was like an actual war chief.
Okay.
And like, it was supposed to pay
He's like, you're
homage.
using my likeness. You better pay me royalties.
No, they're
Oh,
mad
okay.
that they took him away from the team because I guess,
Oh.
think about it, like the
It
Commanders
brought-
is the DC team, our
Right.
capital of the United States, and all the like suffering that the United States like caused the
Native Americans, yeah.
the Native Americans, like that was kind of just like an homage to this war chief. And I haven't done any of my own research. This is all just like hearsay stuff, but like I'm pretty sure that the original like logo for when they were the Redskins was designed by a Native American, and I want to say that they got like a royalty
Okay.
from creating the design, and like if that's not true, that should be how it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially if you're trying to like represent this war chief. And so I saw that there was people like maybe from like the Native Americans, or like I don't know, like it could also just be like just people that are like these social justice people that like think they know what they're talking about, but like exactly, and like they're trying to sue the Commanders for like just erasing him from the NFL.
Which one is it? It's just
But
like,
they're not the ones that pushed for the change to be made,
Right.
though. It was just the NFL being the NFL, and like
I just think like as a society, our priorities, this is a whole different conversation, but our priorities are just so out of line. Like, why are we so mad about
100%.
these certain things when there's like a lot bigger issues going on? But anyway, that's a whole nother podcast, a whole nother YouTube.
That's our
That's our rant.
our
for the-
blazer wearing.
Yeah, yes,
podcast.
that'll be our Blazer podcast. That'll be really exhausting.
I know, and I probably get like a lot of people just wouldn't like me afterwards because you can't be.
You can't have opinions.
You're gonna have enemies no matter what you think.
Yeah.
Like you could be the most open-minded, and people.
For sure.
People, I just experienced this. Like people will literally be mad at you for being open-minded, and just so they could be mad. And
I
it's
just think, like,
you can't win.
If you're not questioning, you should be questioning things.
There's nothing wrong with
Questioning
that.
things and curiosity is like intellectualism. Like, that is an important thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would agree, but there's so many people out there that do not think
Nope,
that
they just
way.
take it for what it is.
It's
very
crazy.
concerning.
I'm like, how do you live? Like, that feels so restrictive
It
and
does.
also scary. Like, to me, that sounds scary.
Yes. I agree.
But anyway, please let the Eagles win on
let the
Sunday.
Packers win.
And the Packers, please.
I don't know.
And the 49ers lose.
If we lose to the Broncos, I don't know if I will be back here. So I would have thrown myself off the roof of this house.
No. You're not going to lose to the Broncos.
I don't know.
It's more likely that we lose to the Dolphins than you lose to the Broncos. Think about it.
Yeah, maybe. Any given Sunday. All right, should we wrap up?
I think so. All
right,
go
guys.
Phillies.
We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully with 2 wins here.
If we have 2 wins, we can high five.
I can't wait. Okay, bye. Theo says bye.